Hello again guys, and welcome back to another awesome video on our channel. Knots Landing was a CBS primetime drama that aired from 1979 until 1993. The show was a side project of the similarly well-known Dallas and was based on a cul-de-sac in Los Angeles. During its run, the show dealt with serious topics, including murder and espionage. But where has this once popular primetime soap opera's cast disappeared to? Let's take a look at the Knots Landing 1979 cast then and now 2022. Number 6. Michelle Lee as Karen McKenzie. Karen McKenzie is a social activist as well as a mother of 3 children. McKenzie takes over Knots Landing Motors when her husband Sid dies in perhaps the most literal suspense in TV history when he careens off a cliff. Lee and her husband James Ferrantino were divorcing at the time. Michelle Lee started performing as an actor in 1961, but it wasn't until 1967 that she got her big break, appearing in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. The following year, she co-starred in the Disney smash The Love Bug alongside Dean Jones. Then, in 1969, Lee starred with the renowned Dick Van Dyke in The Comic, a film directed and written by Carl Reiner. The 14th season of Knots Landing was slated to be the final one. However, due to budget constraints, performers were forced to participate in fewer episodes. Michelle Lee responded by making an agreement for union scale pay for 4 episodes in order to fulfill the 344 episodes she was promised. Michelle Lee is still working as an actress today. However, fans had last seen her in a significant part in the comedy Along Came Polly, which she starred in 2004. She starred alongside Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston, and she also played Madame Horrible in the Broadway musical Wicked in 2015. Lee portrayed Ben Stiller's on-screen mom in the film. She's been married to writer and producer Fred Rappaport since 1987 and is now in her late 70s. Number 5. Ted Shackelford as Gary Ewing. Ted Shackelford made his television debut on the show Dallas. Gary Ewing was the second son of oil magnate Jock Ewing, and he was constantly in JR's shadow. He was the family's black sheep and a recovering addict. Fans can expect a lot of melodrama from Gary and Valine, his first love and on-again, off-again wife. Ted Shackelford rose to fame in the daytime serial series Another World from 1975 to 1977. Shackelford shifted the character of Gary Ewing to Knots Landing after taking on the role from David Aykroyd in 1979, and the rest is history. Shackelford was the protagonist of the sci-fi BBC program Space Precinct in 1994 after relocating out of the cul-de-sac. After that, he appeared in Knots Landing Back to the Cul-de-sac, a 1997 television reunion film. Ted's latest appearance on television was in the award-winning serial The Young and the Restless, where he played twins Jeffrey and William Bardwell nearly every single day from 2006 to 2015 for a total of 385 episodes. In 2017, he also starred in NCIS. He is now in his mid-70s and hasn't acted since this long-running soap. Number 4. Joan Van Ark as Valine Ewing. Valine Ewing, also known as Val, certainly had our sympathies. For example, she faced adversity after adversity, such as having her firstborn daughter taken. Val was also the true leader of Knots Landing. Knots Landing had the grimmest plot, but the strongest cast, headed by the incomparable Joan Van Ark, TV Guide stated in 1985. Joan started earning television jobs in 1967, but her first soap opera experience came in 1970 when she appeared in 17 episodes of Days of Our Lives. Then, in 1972, Van Ark co-starred in the horror film Frogs with America's favorite cowboy Sam Elliott. Joan stayed in showbiz after the series ended, appearing in a variety of films and television shows, including the suspense thriller Held for Ransom and the popular sitcom The Nanny. She was indeed a recurring character on Cleveland Little's The New Temperatures Rising show from 1972 to 1974. Paul Lynde also appeared in 20 episodes of the show. Joan Van Ark played Spider-Woman in the animated series Spider-Woman in 1979. She went on to have additional television success after Knots Landing ended, including a 55-episode run on The Young and Restless in 2004. Joan has also run 14 marathons and was featured on the cover of Runner's World magazine. She is now in her late 70s and has been married to former NBC anchor John Marshall since 1966. Number 3. Kevin Dobson as Mackenzie. Mackenzie, also known as Mac, is a lawyer and Karen's second spouse. The two go hand in hand after the allegations against Sid's killers were dismissed. Mac entered the show at the start of season 4, but he quickly became an important part of the story for the remainder of the season. Watching Mac and the mistreated foster kid's tale got extremely emotional and heartbreaking. Kevin Dobson's early work is often remembered by fans. On every episode of Kojak, he portrayed the youthful, idealistic detective Bobby Crocker, idolizing the seasoned veteran. Telly Savalas became a kind of acting instructor and a personal friend to budding star Dobson. Dobson kept performing over the years until his death in 2020. Dobson died at the age of 77 after battling an autoimmune deficiency. Dobson, a retired Army soldier, has served as chairman of the National Salute to hospitalized veterans on 2 occasions. Number 2. William Devane as Greg Sumner. After inheriting his father's business, Greg Sumner is an aspiring and tough politician who has transformed into a corporate giant. Greg was Mac's former college roommate, and Devane joined the cast of Knots Landing in Season 5 for an 8-episode guest appearance. Devane, on the other hand, became a staple for the rest of the show's run due to his cast compatibility and public appeal. William Devane made his acting debut in 1967, playing a lawyer in the 1971 movie McCabe and Mrs. Miller. 1980 gave Devane a more regular part in From Here to Eternity. Devane also acted alongside Tommy Lee Jones in the 1977 military film Rolling Thunder, which is considered to be Devane's best film of all time. William Devane starred in Mel Gibson's action movie Payback in 1999 after Knots Landing. In the 2000s, he had another series recurring role as James Heller in 24 and portrayed President Heller in the sequel miniseries 24 Live Another Day. He is now 81 years old and works for Rosslyn Capital as a spokesman. Number 1. Donna Mills as Abby Ewing. Abby was indeed the soap vixen that arrived in town at the beginning of Season 2 to cause havoc, becoming involved in multiple relationships. Val threw Gary out of the house when Abby set her eyes on him and overcame the challenge. She, as Abby Summer, managed to end Gary and Val's marriage. She went on to marry Greg Sumner, a lawyer and politician. Donnie Mills, who played the malicious charmer Abby Ewing, said she did all of her makeup for her role. In the 1980s, she even launched her makeup line and tutorials, and the eyes have it. Donna Mills jumped straight into the action in 1967, starting a 6-year run on Love is a Many-Splendored Thing that completed over 1,400 episodes. Her acting career got off in 1971 when she played the girlfriend of Clint Eastwood's character in the cult classic Play Misty for Me. Clint also served as the film's director. From 2014 to 2018, Mills joined the soap General Hospital for a recurring role as Madeline Reeves after portraying one of television's most prominent villains. Donna is still part of the Hollywood elite, attending a number of red carpet events every year. A Beauty and the Beast Christmas was her most recent film appearance. She also starred opposite Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper in the film Joy. She is now 80 years old and likes to spend quality time with her adopted daughter Chloe, who's been following in her mother's footsteps and pursued a career in acting and modeling. Knots Landing was a fantastic drama spanning an astonishing 14 seasons, from the tighter few seasons concentrating on the families to the more absurd storylines of money and desire. Let us know your thoughts about Knots Landing in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys later in another great video. Bye now!